Aw yeah, it's 2008, bitches. You just got home from school and your parents don't come back for another 2 hours. You go upstairs, boot up your cardboard box of a computer, and log into what? EverQuest? Ragnarok? Nah, we're playing MapleStory. MapleStory was huge back in the day. Everyone at my school either played it or knew about it in some capacity. For those of you who don't know what it is, it's an MMO where you make a character, defeat monsters, and progress through the different job classes. It was also a place where lonely teens get together with other lonely teens and they, become the strongest couple in the entire world. We will dominate the earth! But I'm not talking about the game in this video. I'm talking about the Fans always find new and creative ways to express their love for something, or hatred depending on where you're from. In the case of MapleStory, look no further than MMVs, or Maple music videos. Not to be confused with manga music videos, something I only recently found out was a thing. Think of them as AMVs, except without the anime, and without the action. In which case they're AMVs that use romance shows, but instead of anime, it's MapleStory. So it looks a bit more jank, but I'm only referring to the ones that are literally just screenshots of the characters singing lyrics to the song.
Hello there! The angel from my nightmare, the shadow in the background of the morgue, the unsuspecting victim of darkness in the valley. We can live like Jack and Sally if you want, where you can always find me. And we'll have Halloween on Christmas. In the night, we'll wish this never ends. We'll wish this never ends. Don't waste your time. Okay, we're done.
Oh, I know that part.
Yeah.
You go, little Asian Naruto. God, that name is so 2008. I like how the beginning of the video is just a tiny cropped out screenshot and the characters are singing the song, but the singing doesn't actually start until 30 seconds in. And then the rest of the video is just straight up screen caps of the game. Now I know it looks bad, but you gotta understand, this was peak content in 2008. I'm not gonna lie, some of these made me want to commit arson with how cringy they are, but they're also kinda heartwarming. If you read the description to a lot of these videos, they're dedicated to friends they made in game or achievements they got on YouTube. 'Twas a simpler time back then. But you're probably wondering, did these MMVs get any better? Yeah, they did. And it's all thanks to 3 things: Sony Vegas, aka Baby's First Pirate, Photoshop, and a little website called BandStory. BandStory was a MapleStory simulator. You could make your own characters, have different backgrounds and effects, but most importantly, you could animate them. Kind of. They were all just the default animations in game, but that was more than enough for MMVs. Over a course of a year, we went from screenshots to, well, jokes aside though, some of these went kinda hard. But then you read the description to some of these, and apparently there's an entire lore behind them. Sakura and Alex decide Flower should be able to attend public school even though she's a princess, thus her social status. Once she goes, she meets a new friend named Josh. As the MMV continues, Flower and Josh's friendship grows, and they continue being best friends even though they're teen. Also, they made a promise to be friends forever, even if forever was a long time for their minds. Josh planned on asking Flower to be his girlfriend at the dance, but his friend put the idea in his head that he wasn't good enough for her. Therefore, he ended up ignoring her and saying, "Aha, cliffhanger at the end of the video." Not really, you can probably guess what happens. Tiffany and Jeffrey haven't seen each other in a while, so they plan a date. Tiffany shows up at the restaurant by herself because Jeffrey said he'd be late. When she comes, she sees Jeffrey with someone else. She assumes that Jeffrey forgot about their date and leaves. The next day, she bumps into Jeffrey. He starts a conversation about their date. He asks why she left. She replies saying that she saw him with someone else and thought they were on a date. He said that was his sister and picked her up from the airport in the morning. Tiffany did not anticipate that. Jeffrey asks if they could go on a date again, and Tiffany agrees. She confirms with him that it will only be them this time. This is about a boy and a girl who is being bullied, and their bullies then realize that what they're doing is wrong, so everything is happy. La la la, I'm bad at explaining. Do I keep going? I feel like such an asshole. Like, some of these are really, really long, and it's just the same shit over and over. Like, you find this shit on Tumblr posts, if people still even use Tumblr. Jokes aside though, something about the song choice and the animations and how good they are just add to the whole experience. But hold on, surely people didn't just make cringy ass music videos, right?
I have to do that because I have 20,000 children. Do you understand how many children that is? That's a lot. I mean, this one here's my oldest, and he's—
This is the embodiment of early MapleStory right here. Maple animations. I watched this shit religiously as a kid. A lot of them were just parodies of shows or comedy acts, but for some reason, it just hits different when you see it animated with MapleStory characters. It's got the 240p, it's got the Call of Duty headset mics, it's got the obscure 2000s references that no one's gonna understand. I will admit, there are a handful that are a tad bit edgy for today's standards. Like, I can't even show you any of this, but it exists. A lot of them also featured prominent top players, one of which was Tiger. Tiger was an enigma. He was the highest level player for a period of time and the highest level Dragonite in the game. Apparently he was antisocial, he never really interacted with anyone, but that only added to his charm. No one, aside from probably his guildmates and friends, knew who he was, so fans kinda went ham with what kind of personality to give him, which was usually the strong and badass type. And then he just suddenly disappeared, without a trace, leaving behind a legacy shrouded in mystery and the strangest role-playing posts on forums. Gavin. Honestly, a large part of my humor was built upon watching these animations, and it's just a testament to how important these were to me growing up. So thank you to SpriteFan2 for making Mapling Times, Maple Rush, and the Smash Mushroom collab, Dre86 aka the mastermind behind the legendary Maple Combat, Stalemate with his Maple Table series, Deity ZX with Maple Evil, and a whole bunch of other people I missed, but I'm sure you guys can let me know in the comments. It's safe to say that the Maple animation scene has pretty much died, or at least isn't going to be the same as it used to be, to no one's fault really. People just grew up, they stopped playing the game, and those who kept doing it were doing it purely because they were passionate about what they created. And I think that's worth something.